Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Carrie Dillon. We are joined by Coach Roy Austin. We're talking about your organization, Libraries for Kids International.
Correct.
We met about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So first tell us a little bit about what your organization is, what you all do, and then catch us up on how things have been going.
Carrie, I appreciate you having me on here because I love telling the story of Libraries for Kids. Our mission is to help rural schools in East Africa that do not have internet establish libraries. It came about from a trip I took a couple of years ago, and it has mushroomed beyond my wildest expectations. We have now shipped books to 11 schools. We hired an operations coordinator in Kenya, and I could spend the next 10 minutes telling you how great WHHI-TV is and all she's done for us. We've bought almost $7,500 worth of textbooks for schools that fit their curricula, which is important because often 20 to 30 students have to share one book.
Oh my gosh.
And so, these are textbooks that they are tested on annually. So the books we ship over there are to establish reference libraries for supplemental and recreational reading.
Okay. Now, where do y'all get the books? And how many books had you sent over when we last met?
We'd sent over maybe 30, Oh my gosh. So it's...
mushrooming effect.
Well, it's mushrooming beyond that. We have funded the shipment of 8 container loads of books, the first of which shipped at the end of December. The second one is being packed right now. Each container contains 22,000 books.
Oh my gosh.
So the 8 containers will establish libraries in 1,200 schools.
What?
Which will impact the lives of around 180,000 children.
Wow.
So it's, like I say, it's gone beyond what I would have ever expected. And it's not only impacting students. Teachers are reporting back that they have now more material for them to learn from, as well as to give students assignments. And I had an email last week from one of the teachers in the schools that we have not shipped to, but the parents have gotten all excited about what Libraries for Kids is doing, and so they are mobilizing to create libraries on their own.
Wow.
We were named Bluffton's Nonprofit of the Year, got the Golden Oyster Award.
Congratulations.
And we are also now a registered community-based organization in Kenya.
Wow.
So things are moving along quite nicely.
So has this been, what do you attribute to, if you look at the process of how it just kind of exploded, what can you identify some of the key things that made that happen? And then secondly, what can we do to help continue that momentum?
I don't know if I can point to things. Somehow doors keep opening. I like to say God's opening the doors. I just walk through them. Too much amazing things have happened to not have a little help along the way.
Sure.
But once the container loads of books arrive, now our next challenge is getting the books distributed to the schools all over Kenya. Most of that will be done by motorcycle.
What?
They'll pack 3 boxes of books on the back of the motorcycle. Because of the terrain and road conditions, that's the only kind of vehicles that can get through. And it costs about $35 per school to deliver the books from we have a warehouse now in Kitui, Kenya, where the containers will unload, and then they'll be packed onto motorcycles delivered to the schools. So we have to raise about $40,000 to deliver the books once they get there.
Gotcha.
To the schools.
Okay.
Which means, hiring drivers and renting vehicles and packing and repacking and so forth. So
on that side of things.
Yeah, on that side.
So financial donations would be very helpful.
That's our big thing. We don't need books.
Okay.
We have a storage location in Bluffton that's full, but our money now has got to be directed towards getting the books delivered to the people once they arrive in Kenya.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting. So how do you all find the drivers? I mean, and this is
wherever possible. This is where our operations coordinator, Wanjiku, comes in.
Yes.
Wherever possible, we're going to try to use parents of the students. which not only helps them because, of course, they have to pay tuition for their kids to go to school,
Right.
but it also helps ensure that the books are going to get where they're going.
Yeah.
I really don't worry about that because there's no black market for books in Kenya.
Okay.
I mean, we've mailed, like I say, to 11 schools, and everybody told me when I started they'll get lost in customs. Well, apparently they're not a black market saleable item
Okay.
to have for used books. So
That's good to know.
that's not a that's
You're holding books hostage.
that's not a worry.
Yeah.
So.
But that's great.
yeah,
I mean, the
so-
folks who have a vested interest in getting the books to the schools, and it helps. It's a job for someone.
So we need a ton of $35 donations to get us to get the books distributed.
Okay, and how do we do that? Is there a Venmo account or just email you?
You can donate on our website, libraries the number 4kids.org, or on Give Go Send, or on we have a crowdfunding site on GoFundMe.
Okay.
All those are places where people can donate.
And what's it called? Books for Kids?
Libraries. for
Libraries.
kids.
Libraries. Sorry. Libraries. The number 4 kids. .org.
.org. Yeah.
.org. Okay, perfect. Get those donations coming in. $35. We'll get those books to the schools. This is such a wonderful update. It's just made my day.
Well, and it's going on from there. I had an email a couple days ago from a orphanage in Uganda that wants books. I have a former student of my wife who passed away last March, but she was a big supporter of this project. And her former student is all excited about being the coordinator in Uganda and Rwanda. So
And it's just growing and growing.
So the
You're gonna have to come back.
opportunities are
Come back and catch us up.
exciting.
Do it faster than a year and a half from now.
You talked me into it, Carrie.
Good,
You're very
good.
persuasive.
We'll see you soon. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.